This is your High Desert Sports Report, the Victor Valley's only weekly action highlights sports program, covering our area's schools, teams, athletes, and sporting events. The High Desert Yardbirds return Friday from beating Bakersfield 4-2. The Yardbirds, winners of 2 straight and 4 of their last 5. Friday's game against Bakersfield, second in a one game here, one game there schedule that has Pacific Division leaders High Desert back on the road Saturday, then home again Sunday. The Yardbirds' offensive attack has been at its highest peak of productivity. Entering the 3rd week of Pecos League play, the Yardbirds scored 36 runs in their 3-game homestand against California City. Ronnie Grant has been front and center in the attack, 8 for 12 in the Whiptail series, 12 runs driven in, 3 more hits at Bakersfield Thursday. The 24-year-old second-year Yardbird returns home with a searing .533 batting average, tops in the Pecos League, and team-leading 16 runs driven in. While others lead in other statistics, this is the Yardbirds leader. Shane Brown does have 4 home runs, tops on the team, but his leadership goes far beyond any statistical categories. At 30, Shane Brown is the team's over 26 exemption. He is, in essence, a coach on the field for manager Cip Garza, who is 2 years younger than Shane Brown. Returning Yardbird Dominic Zayer continues to set the table for the middle of the batting order run producers while adding RBIs of his own when the opportunity presents itself. Steve Longo, Demetrius Moore sent home on this Dominic Zayer stand-up double off the center field wall. 10th and 11th runs driven in for the New York native by way of Boston. A growing number of hard-hitting teammates are chiming in the all-out offensive barrage, including newcomer Jason Johnson Wilcoxon, the former Chaffee and San Bernardino College standout out of Claremont, doubled and homered in his first Yardbirds game.
I'm still trying to get in the groove of things and everything. Like I said, last night was my first start, but I felt comfortable, felt good at the plate, and I'm just trying to take it day by day right now.
You're familiar not only with the manager, but with actually quite a few of these ball players.
Yeah, I know a few of the guys from last year playing and everything, so I kind of already have a relationship with those guys and everything, and we have a tight bond, so just trying to create that with the rest of the players too, the new players this year.
High Desert leadoff hitter Demetrius Moore stole 2 more bases Thursday at Bakersfield, now at 19. He leads the Pecos League in stolen bases and flashing smiles.
Do you have the green light?
I do. I have the green light, but the thing is, I don't know what yellow or red looks like. You know, one of my college coaches, they told me, and they said, when you have speed like that, it comes to the ballpark every day, no matter what. And I try to use that, whether it's on the base paths, whether it's in the field, you know, whether it's backing up anybody, whether it's just in batting practice or even on the bench, trying to be the first one to give somebody a high five after a good play. Speed comes to the ballpark every day, and that's what I love to do. I'm a speed guy. I was born a speed guy. I think I'm going to die a speed guy. So, I mean, that's my bread and butter.
Hot-hitting Yardbirds in the middle of the lineup include Kent Blackstone, often hitting cleanup or in the 5-hole, the RBI double here against California City. Switch-hitting shortstop Aaron Cook is another 300 hitter. The 22-year-old Pecos League rookie is from Littleton, Colorado. This Yardbirds online video sports report is brought to you by the Community Table Restaurant and the Holiday Inn in Victorville, where every Thursday it's all-you-can-eat popcorn shrimp for just $9.95. High Desert's offense is again in high gear in Game 2 of its 3-game showdown with California City, a series that determines who leads the Pacific Division 2 weeks into the season. Newcomer Jason Johnson Wilcoxon joins an elite group of Yardbirds to hammer a home run in his first game in a Yardbirds uniform. Only Ronnie Grant last season performed that feat. The 6'2" Jason Johnson Wilcoxon played his high school ball at Claremont before attending San Bernardino Valley College and then Oklahoma Wesleyan University. The Whiptails lose their first base runner when Kyle Chavez knocks their Stetson off on the 1-3-6 caught stealing, 6 being shortstop Aaron Cook. High Desert scores 2 in the first run when Ronnie Grant just misses a home run with the laser shot off the wall. Demetrius Moore scoring easily from second. First of 4 RBIs this game for Ronnie Grant, giving him 11 on the season, tied for the team lead in RBIs with Shane Brown. Shane Castro hits behind Aaron Cook, sending his teammate to second with the base hit through the right side. They become 2 of the 3 ducks on the pond, or Yardbirds on the bases, for Ronnie Grant's second straight run-producing at-bat. Ronnie Grant stays back and rips the scorcher down the line, sending Aaron Cook, Shane Castro, and Demetrius Moore home. Ronnie Grant cannot contain his energetic enthusiasm any more than opposing pitchers have been able to contain his hot hitting. 3 more hits this game raise Ronnie Grant's batting average 20 points to .489. Walks to Jason Johnson Wilcoxon and Shane Brown reload the bases. Bradley Harmon singles to center, driving in Jason Johnson Wilcoxon behind Ronnie Grant, and the Yardbirds post a 5-run second inning to build a 5-run lead, 7-2. Demetrius Moore gets a running lead and easily swipes his 16th stolen base after leading off the 3rd with a walk. Testimony to this sportscaster's claim that a walk to Demetrius Moore is the equivalent of a double. The Demetrius Moore traveling show continues. He steals 3rd and trots home on the errant throw from former Yardbirds catcher Peter Penna. The theft of 3rd, Pecos League high 17th steal. 3 runs scored this game, team high 17 for the 24-year-old outfielder from Homestead, Florida. Aaron Cook drives in the next run for the Yardbirds, staying back and sending the base hit through the middle that sends Steve Longo home with High Desert run number 9. This is in the 6th. Jason Johnson Wilcoxon closes out High Desert scoring with the 2-run blast in the 7th. Ironically, Ronnie Grant scoring. These are the only 2 Yardbirds in the 2-year franchise history of the team to homer in their first game as a Yardbird. This series against the Whiptails concludes Wednesday night at Adelanto Stadium, High Desert needing to win to remain atop the Pacific Division. This Video Sports Online report presented by Midway Home Solutions. Cool solutions to beating the heat. Huge selection of scratch and dent air conditioners, refrigerators, freezers at closeout prices. Midway Home Solutions. Your High Desert Sports Report is brought to you by Down Home Grill in Victorville on the corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Drive. The world-class auctioneers at I-15 Auctions. Bid fast, bid last. I-15 Auctions. Midway Home Solutions in Victorville, providing highest quality home appliances at discount prices for 6 decades. And Iwanzak Law Firm, trial lawyers for serious problems. And by the Community Table Restaurant in the Holiday Inn in Victorville, supporting High Desert teams, athletes, and sports programs. Yardbirds fans have plenty to crow about in their team's 3-game home field showdown against California City, the teams squaring off in a high-powered battle for first place in the Pacific Division. Jordan Norton hurls a masterful 6 innings of shutout ball in the rubber game, and the Yardbirds score a season-high 13 runs, swooping to a game-and-a-half lead over the Whiptails by virtue of that 13-2 whooping. The 24-year-old Jordan Norton, born on a mountaintop in Seymour, Tennessee, mows down the Whiptails in Davy Crockett Manor, striking out 6 in his 6 scoreless frames, throwing 88 pitches in the process. Jordan Norton lowers his 3rd lowest in the Pecos League ERA to 1.5. Ronnie Grant elevates his offensive output to a feverish pitch, 4 hits and 4 runs driven in, including his 3rd home run of the season. Ronnie Grant's .512 batting average, highest among Pacific Division hitters, 3rd highest in the entire Pecos circuit. Teammates Kent Blackstone and Steve Longo pound out 4 hits apiece in the 13-2 getaway game. High Desert gets away out in front early, putting up 3 runs in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th innings. Bradley Harmon, also a multiple hit game for High Desert, the 21-year-old out of Fayetteville, Georgia, driving in runs from both sides of the plate. This 2nd inning double sends Kent Blackstone across with the 1st run of the ball game. Bradley Harmon, one of 5 switch hitters. Skipper Cip Garza can throw into the lineup. Steve Longo follows, pulling the base hit through the left side. Bradley Harmon beating the throw to the plate and signaled safe by Pecos League ump-in-chief Jerry Romero. Switch-hitting catcher Jake Marshall takes Whiptail starter Kyle Porter the other way. The single to left makes it 3 consecutive Yardbirds base hits, driving in Steve Longo with High Desert run number 3 in the 2nd. Jake Marshall hitting safely in his only official at-bat this game. He reaches base the next 2 times on base on balls. Yardbirds hitters kick Whiptail's pitching around for 16 hits in the 13-2 romp. Additional offensive highlights upcoming in our next Video Sports Action Highlights report. We want these highlights published in time for the team to watch it en route to Bakersfield, a 1-game sojourn before returning home Friday to host the Train Robbers.
I-15 Auctions, sold on supporting High Desert sports. I-15 Auctions, from estate auctions to high-quality used vehicles at low, low prices.
I like leading by example, and anytime we get a win, it's a fun one.
Yardbirds manager Cip Garza becomes a player manager for the first time this season, pitching 1 2/3 innings in relief to save High Desert's 1-run win over the Monterey Amberjacks.
Stop the batting order with 1 out.
Cip Garza enters with 1 out, the bases loaded, facing the top of the Amberjacks lineup. High Desert leading 7-5 in the 8th. Monterey leadoff hitter Chuck Rocker, a .394 hitter. The 28-year-old Cip Garza, who pitched for San Diego State, then in the Pecos League, induces the ground ball to Kent Blackstone, the force at the plate for out number 2. Fly ball off the bat of Ron Jackson to Dominic Zayer ends the threat and Monterey's half of the 8th. Cip Garza throws 36 pitches in his 2018 debut, 23 for strikes. He rings up Billy O'Hara for the 2nd out in the 9th. The tying run is on 2nd. Fly ball to Demetrius Moore ends the game, earning Cip Garza the save for starting pitcher Jordan Norton.
No pressure, Cip. What was it like out there?
It felt a lot of fun to get back on the mound and compete with the boys.
Is there a better way for a leader to do it than the way you led this team tonight?
I like leading by example, and anytime we get a win, it's a fun one.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Nice job.
Let's go Yardbirds.
For added good measure, Cip Garza scores what proves to be the winning run. He ran out an infield hit to open the Yardbirds' half of the 8th, advancing to 3rd here on Dominic Zayer's sac fly. For Cip Garza to be eligible, he had to deactivate Shane Brown, the team's over 26 exemption. That had been done in Cip Garza's anticipation of having to pitch the team's bullpen in dire need of relief. Cip Garza scores when Kent Blackstone goes yard. By that I mean about a yard or 3 feet. With 2 outs, Cip Garza scores from 3rd, giving High Desert their 8th run in what ends the 8-7 Yardbirds win. The victory was a come-from-behind effort by High Desert, trailing 5-1 in the 5th. before Dominic Zayer ignites the comeback with the monster home run. The Yardbirds score 3 in the 5th, then 3 more in the 6th to overtake Monterey. Additional highlights forthcoming, including Ronnie Grant's clutch 3 runs driven in, Jordan Norton pitching, and yes, Shane Castro's home run from the ballgame prior. All that on your next Video Sports Online report. Shane Castro pitches 4+ innings of shutout ball and drives in the go-ahead runs to beat Bakersfield 11-9 in this Friday night contest at Adelanto Stadium.
Should we have seen this coming?
No, I didn't see it coming. Cip asked me to go down there. I did. Came out, did what I had to do.
Great job, and a big win against this team. What if you feel any pressure out there to just go out and say, I'm going to throw strikes?
Throw strikes, have fun. That's what I said when I went out there.
It is Bradley Harmon driving in the first Yardbirds run, Ronnie Grant scoring from second, Dominic Zayer getting back at third. Bradley Harmon, a big role in this Yardbirds win, and the next. He pitches in relief in High Desert's 13-8 win at Bakersfield the following night. High Desert's second run, courtesy of the delayed double steal. Dominic Zayer scoring from third with 2 out in the first. Bakersfield adds 1 in their second and 2 more in their third to take a 6-2 lead. Ronnie Grant leads the bottom of the third rally, the single sending Demetrius Moore to third. Dominic Zayer drops the base hit over the right side of the infield. Demetrius Moore scoring Yardbirds run number 3. Nobody out. Ronnie Grant having to wait and see if the hit drops in before advancing to second. Bradley Harmon resumes his run production. Dominic Zayer scoring, pulling High Desert within 1, 6-5. Bradley Harmon lays it all out, adding this stolen base to his highlight reel. He shall be stranded, however, and Bakersfield adds 3 more in their half of the 5th to move further in front, 9-5. But big inning rallies are kind of like 9 to 5 business hours, business as usual for the Yardbirds, and they respond with a 5-run rally in the 5th, cheered on by these first-time Yardbirds fans who are being treated to the exciting come-from-behind High Desert victory. Kent Blackstone drives in Dominic Zayer from second, cutting the Train Robbers' lead to 3, 9-6. Bases loaded now, 1 out. Jake Marshall slices the Bakersfield lead to 1, slicing the base hit through the right side. Steve Longo sliding across. It is 9-8. Shane Castro steps in and delivers his biggest base hit of the season so far. Kent Blackstone and Jake Marshall score, and the Yardbirds take the lead 10-9. High Desert tacks on an insurance run in the 6th, but Shane Castro really does not need it. He shuts out the Train Robbers over 4+, and Avery Brandon closes with a scoreless 9th, 11-9, the final.
I-15 Auctions, sold on supporting High Desert Sports. I-15 Auctions, from estate auctions to high-quality used vehicles at low, low prices.
High Desert Sports Training, the area's only facility providing proven training concepts. The High Desert's only high-performance TreadX 3030 treadmill and hip machine. Indoor batting cages. High Desert Sports Training personal instructors and coaches unparalleled in experience and effectiveness. High Desert Sports Training utilizes muscle memory and speed of contraction, developing a quicker, faster, and stronger athlete. Call to schedule a free evaluation. High Desert Sports Training. Your KVVB TV Channel 33 Sports Watch.
One is pitching in the Miami Marlins organization. Two are on their way to USC. Another is an Arizona State commit competing for a spot on the USA Under-18 team. A truly outstanding array of talent named to the Daily Press All-Area Baseball Team. R.J. Peace of Serrano led the Diamondbacks to the CIF Championship, finishing his senior season with a .24 ERA with 97 strikeouts in 87 1/3 innings. Peace did not allow an earned run in 22 1/3 innings in the playoffs, covering 3 starts and 1 relief appearance. At the plate, R.J. Peace was Coach Joe Knowlton's leadoff hitter, batting .352 with a .482 on-base percentage and a .477 slugging percentage. Peace led the Diamondbacks in runs scored and stolen bases. The 6'2", 180-pound Peace was drafted by the Miami Marlins 5 days after pitching his team to the CIF title. He was a 13th round selection. Peace now pitches for the Gulf Coast League Marlins, where he has established a 2-1 record and a .84 ERA. Peace has 13 strikeouts in 21 innings of work. Solomon Bates of Oak Hills posted a 192 earned run average for the Bulldogs. The 6'2" Bates struck out 96 batters in 58 1/3 innings while issuing 31 walks. Bates led the Bulldogs in hitting with a .381 average and 8 home runs, 30 runs driven in, and 13 stolen bases. Solomon Bates withdrew from the Major League draft and will attend the University of Southern Cal on a baseball scholarship. Saxon Andros is a first-team All-CIF selection for the Diamondbacks as a junior. The 5'11" Andros won 9 games for Serrano, 4 of those complete game victories, compiling a 1.51 earned run average while striking out 95 in 69 2/3 innings. Andros held opposing hitters to a .204 batting average. Southpaw Miles Sandom of Granite Hills is another junior, another 9-game winner, and another first-team All-CIF selection. The 6'3", 220-pound Sandom rang up 101 strikeouts in 75 innings, issuing only 18 walks. Sandom also led Coach Tyler Skurlock's Cougars in home runs with 5 and RBIs with 26. The second member of the Daily Press All-Area team bound for USC is catcher Caleb Murphy out of Excelsior. The CIF Division VII Player of the Year, Murphy led the Eagles to the CIF Championship. His .645 batting average was 4th highest in the state, and Murphy was named to the Max Prep Small Schools All-State team. The 6'1", 215-pound Murphy combines power with speed, 10 home runs, and 43 stolen bases in 44 attempts. The Daily Press All-Area Utility Player is catcher by trade Alex Spadafora of Serrano. Spadafora threw out 9 of 11 attempted base stealers, allowed 2 passed balls the entire season, and committed but 1 error. The 5'8", 155-pound senior, Spadafora hit .384 and led the Diamondbacks with 21 runs driven in. On an upcoming edition of your KVVB TV Channel 33 Sports Watch, we shall detail the remaining position players. That honor roll includes 3 Victor Valley Jackrabbits and 2 more Cougars from Granite Hills. The High Desert Mavericks regained their 1-game lead in the Cal League South with an 8-5 victory in Rancho Cucamonga. The youngest Maverick, Isaiah Kiner Falifa, led High Desert's 16-hit attack with 4 hits, including a 2-out, 2-run double in the Mavericks' 5-run fourth. Kevin Torres hammered a 3-run homer in that decisive fourth frame. Chris Garza added 3 hits, including his 5th home run, a solo shot. Royce Bollinger also homered for the Mavericks, for Bollinger his 11th of the year. Trey Lambert picked up his 5th win, striking out 6 over 6, giving up 2 runs on 6 hits. He did not walk a hitter. The victory moves High Desert back atop the division, 1 game ahead of the Quakes, with Game 3 of the showdown for first place concluding in Rancho Cucamonga tonight.
That is your KVVB TV, Channel 33, Sports Watch. More straight ahead on this edition of your High Desert Metro News after this timeout. Buckshot back to the winner's circle at round 4 of the Wheel-to-Wheel Championship Series. The Simpsons own the intermediate spotlight. Rookie Stevie wins her first wheel-to-wheel main. Brother Ricky taking second.
We'll just go in circles and see if we get dizzy.
Buckshot, Buck being Buck Blair, who had been sidelined since blowing his engine opening night at the Victorville Oval. In addition, he has a broken hand, abandoning his cast in his return.
Well, I just built my own special glove, and so doctor said not to race, but what's he know about race cars? Nothing, right?
He doesn't know about the racing spirit, you guys.
Yeah.
Track tonight?
It's good. A little dry on that one. You know, I didn't have anything on top for John, and you know, it'll come in though. It should have a good top end. It's turn 1 and 2 is a bit slick on top, but otherwise it's awesome.
Here's the main. Buck Blair, dark 39, outside front row. 766, Bobby Taylor. John Ayton, white 7. John Alonzo, white 99. Green 88, Daniel Smithson. 54, Nate Robinson. 14, Larry Lockman. Brian Struder, 10. 78, Kevin Oshins. 55, Randy Tippett. Buck Blair leads lap 1. Bobby Taylor between John Alonzo and John Ayton in turn 4. Buck Blair has bolted out in front and stays there wire to wire. Tight battle early, John Ayton and Bobby Taylor. Main's only restart. Buck Blair quick out of the gate. John Ayton will finish second. John Alonzo third. Bobby Taylor fourth. Nate Robinson, season points leader, fifth. 25 season points for Nate Robinson. John Alonzo right behind with 24, followed by John Ayton with 22. Buck Blair's 8 points for winning the main moves him to 8 in season points.
Buck, you didn't have to get mad about it.
You know, I wasn't mad. It's just been a long time. I've been hurt this year, so it really feels good to win the first race back, and, you know, just got to thank everyone that helps me out.
Intermediates are the youngest or lesser experienced wheel-to-wheel drivers. Stevie Simpson, blue 28, captures her first checkered in the intermediate main. Stevie Simpson is 8 years old. She turns 9 June 27th. This is her first year racing. 10-year-old brother Ricky, red 29, finishes second in the main. Ricky Simpson and Braden Struder, blue 10, are tied for second in season points with 20. Jaden Manchester in blue 23 remains the season points leader among intermediates, 22 points for the 8-year-old who has been racing wheel-to-wheel since he was 5. Wild Bill Martin returns to the winner's circle, taking the checkered in the Dirt Kart Senior main. Jeffro Blaylock, 41, remains in front in season points, 25, 2 points ahead of Ryan Bond, in 14. Justin Taylor wins the restrictor, pulling him within 1 point of season points leader Trent Johnson. Your High Desert Sports Report is brought to you by Down Home Grill in Victorville on the corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Drive. The world-class auctioneers at I-15 Auctions. Bid fast, bid last. I-15 Auctions. Midway Home Solutions in Victorville, providing highest quality home appliances at discount prices for 6 decades. And Ewan Zach Law Firm, trial lawyers for serious problems. High Desert Sports Training, the High Desert's only high-performance TreadX 3030 treadmill and hip machine. Call to schedule a free evaluation. High Desert Sports Training. And by the Community Table Restaurant in the Holiday Inn in Victorville, supporting High Desert teams, athletes, and sports programs. This is your High Desert Sports Report, showing daily on the Victor Valley Television Network, VictorValleyTV.com.